Hi, good evening. We are kind of doing a little product review here. We brought on a whole selection of solar powered lights this year, all of which seem pretty cool for what they were. We've already debuted the Dragonfly and tried that one out. Seems to be one of the favorites. Works very well. This whole line, everything seems to work pretty well. The problem is some just don't function the way I feel they should. So we're just gonna do a walk around. We stuck a bunch of them in the yard just to see how they work, how they look. And so the Dragonfly was big popular. This one is more of just an accent globe. Personally, I don't really big fans of the purples, but I think for what it is, that one's nice. It turns on and off pretty well. It's been reliable. As we move around, we have some mushrooms. Everything seems pretty solid. Nice heavyweight glass white in there. But the functionality of this mushroom, not impressed. Didn't turn on. So not necessarily one of my favorites. We're going to try out a different one. Another one that seems to be pretty popular are the garden fairies. Solar powered light seems to work pretty well. A little sensitive because it doesn't seem to be turning on with the flash that we have right now, so you can't make it out, but the whole skirt lights up. Outside of being a little extra sensitive to light, I think that one's pretty good. Come on, Lou. As we come around, it's just not quite dark enough yet. These little tulip lights, they're more for downlighting. Again, it's as soon as it gets dark enough, we can't really get it out, but it's nice for accenting plants below it. By itself, it's not a focal point like one of the globes, but I think if it's put up with something bright to accent below it, I think it's a great choice. Next, we have these spotlights. Not super impressive. Feels a little flimsy, works for what it is, not expensive, solar powered, pretty good. But it's got that blue tint to it, and it's very weak. So not a big fan of the spotlights. I wish I could show you that one a little bit better, but just not a fan. As we move around, we've got a couple other ones. Another simple glass globe, not color tone, but nice little accent. Been pretty reliable, solid built, and I like it if you like that style. But as far as the unit, worked pretty well. Next one, we had a wind chime. Concept is really cool. Looks just like a traditional wind chime. Got the globe in there. Been very reliable again as the technology, but I think it's horrible as a wind chime. We've got winds blowing pretty strong here, and it doesn't cling. So as an accent, if you like the way it looks, I think it would work. If you like a good wind chime, not an option, because not only does it not work, but when it does cling, in the middle of a hurricane maybe, doesn't give any nice sound. So as an accent, an option. I'd have to say one of our favorites is this guy. It's a pretty well built path light. It's again hard to display because in order to have it turn on, but it's a motion sensor. So when you're back about 5-6 feet away, I think it's going to be a great one for pathways, for lighting up where there's steps in the landscape. When you get up 5 feet or so to it, it brightens up. When you're not on it, it dulls out. It's just a subtle little accent. So I think that one's pretty cool. Next, we just got a few other ones left. Again, another wind, not really a wind chime, but more of a wind decoration. Kind of a little bit more funky design, a little more modern shape. Again, not a fan. As an accent, if you like the accent, and for solar power, it's been very reliable. Changeable light, but it doesn't move. I mean, again, we're blowing pretty hard here today. It's supposed to spin. But again, I guess short of a hurricane, it's not going to do well. As an accent, color changing, very reliable, but not as a wind ornament. I have to say one of our favorites is this, and it's too bad it has to be so dark, or we have to run the flashlight, but I just don't think this is going to do it justice. On a patio, underneath an awning, it gets enough light to turn on and recharge the battery every day. but it's just a nice subtle accent. It's by far been the most popular item we have in the list. Just all night long, it just keeps rotating through the colors. Nice subtle table ornament. By far the favorite. Last little guy we have is just a little subtle. It's probably the smallest solar light I've ever seen as far as an ornament. Again, pretty well built, solid, been reliable, comes on all the time. So let us know what you think. I think we have some winners. We have some dogs in here for what they are, but your opinion matters. We're always bringing on new products, experiment with them, get rid of the ones we don't like, and keep the good ones. So please let us know what you think, and we'll try to expand on that selection. Thanks, and have a great evening.